11 months ago, I sat down to see if I could make a Dark Souls style game in 1 month. What I came up with in a month wasn't bad, but it wasn't Dark Souls. It was about a guy that gets stuck on an island and has to uncover its secrets. I got combat working. You could lock onto people and circle strafe them, and you could attack them and they could attack you. I was using it as an opportunity to practice animation, and you can see the animation is a little screwy. His legs are too short, and the character model just wasn't really great. I gave myself a month to work on it, but then I got really bogged down in the idea of having ragdoll physics, which I viewed as very important for a Dark Souls game. When people die, they need to turn into ragdolls. But it turned out, because I used Rigify in Blender and exported too many bones and don't really know how to do rigging very well, it screws up Unreal Engine's physics solver, and I end up with really weird physics. So in the month that I was working on it, I had about 2 weeks of really good, solid productivity and progress, and then 2 weeks of just banging my head against the wall with Unreal Engine's physics. I ended the project in frustration, and you can hear it in my previous video, link in the description. But still, as some months passed, I found myself thinking about the project again and saying to myself, maybe I could do a better version. So now, instead of giving myself a month, I've been working on this pretty much non-stop for the last 3 months, and it has turned into a game that I am calling Radiant Abyss.
We had been at sea for an eternity, in pursuit of a cryptic island whispered of in learned circles, yet it eluded our gaze, when suddenly a storm.
So as you can see, I changed the character model quite a bit, and the beach looks pretty different now. It's almost a whole, well, it's a whole first level, and it's got combat and different weapons and different enemies, and these boxes spawn random items. So you can get weapons, you can get radiance, which is kind of like souls. It's your experience. I'm still tweaking things. I'm still finishing up the ending. There is a boss fight in this. This is the chainsaw, which is one of the weapons you can get in the game. Probably not everybody's gonna like the new character model. I think it is 100% an improvement over the previous character model, but I have to admit that I am not a great artist. I'm an okay artist, and I'm a better programmer. Here is the werewolf enemy, which I added recently. Yes, I would like to replace my current weapon with a dagger. The dagger, I suppose, is the fastest weapon in the game. The chainsaw kind of trivializes things a little bit, but also the chainsaw isn't that powerful. It just attacks very quickly. The knife is more powerful than the chainsaw, but you can't quite attack as fast with it. And you also can't move while you're attacking. It's really more of a prison shank than a dagger. Yeah, I keep going back and forth between the combat being too difficult and too easy. I guess it's a little bit of both. I mean, Dark Souls was very difficult for me in the beginning when I started playing it. Now I would consider it pretty easy, and I enjoy it on a different level than I did before. As far as this, you can definitely get swarmed by people and get killed quickly if you don't watch out, but at this point I've played through this level so many times that I can just play it and I know where everything is. Great sword. Okay, yeah, now we're talking. I think this is my favorite weapon that we've got. It's kind of just a big slab of metal with some writing on it, but it is pretty, it hits hard. It hits hard. Thought it was very important to have breakable boxes. There is permadeath in this game. You get 3 lives. You can get extra lives from those boxes sometimes if you die 4 times, you have to go back to the beginning. It's not a full game yet, I'm just focusing on the first level, but theoretically the full game would be loopable. Oh, shit. Ah, shit. Alright. I have perished. Alright, case in point. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's like not that hard if you know what to do, but then it's kind of easy to get swarmed if you aren't careful, which sometimes I'm not. That's the cultist enemy, which throws fireballs at you. Oh yeah, there's another one. Just gonna run away. Now we have our boss fight. Foul creature. Basically, tentacles come up and you gotta hit the tentacles. And in my previous video, I just had the town blocked out, but now it's like a whole little town with a church. So yeah, I'm probably gonna release it relatively soon. I'm just finishing up the ending. I'd also like to add one other bad guy and one other NPC. There's an NPC at the end, but I'd like to put one closer in the beginning. And I think there should be one more enemy type right around this area, actually. And then I'm gonna set up the Steam page and put it on itch as a free demo, and hopefully some people play it. I think it's the best thing I've made, so that's fun as a game developer. I've got some ideas for where it can go and what the other levels would be. If you want to keep track of where this project is going, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting more about this as I launch it, and I'm going to be posting some process videos about making the additional enemy and making the additional NPC. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and that is Radiant Abyss.